Hello, YouTube. Guys, welcome back to ChuksB podcast. Today I will be reacting to videos that I found about how nurses make terrible relationship partners. I'll go ahead and dive right into it.
Nurses are more likely to cheat on their significant other than athletes, musicians, and DJs.
Oh my God, I have the best story about not dating nurses and why you shouldn't. Okay, so I'm going to talk fast, but you got to keep up. And I just woke up, so forgive me for the bedhead. So about 2 years ago, I started dating this beautiful blonde from Idaho with this amazing accent, like really attractive, like the type where like when you walk in the bar, everyone's like, "Who's that?" So we started dating, but our first date, she takes me to a bar, this local bar that I know, and we're getting drinks or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, the guy I used to date is best friends with this bartender." She goes, I wouldn't be surprised if he showed up, like because the bartender's gonna text him." And I'm like, "Oh, that's weird, but who's that guy?" And she's like, "Oh, he's a bartender down the road." And I'm like, "Well, what bar and what's his name?" Because I work in the bar industry, I know everybody. And she tells me, I'm like, "Oh my God, I know him. He's really good friends with my dad, and he's friends with me." And I was like, this is kind of awkward now because I probably wouldn't have gone on a date with you if I knew you dated one of my buddies, because it's just, to me, that's weird. So he ends up showing up at the bar. He says what's up to me, but then he gives her the eyes like there's still some weird connection there. And I was like, oh, that's noted. I'm paying attention to that. That was kind of shady. But I bite my tongue and I'm like, can't confirm anything. It just happened. So while we're dating, they keep running into each other all the time. But she'll tell me every single time. And she'll be like, oh, he ran into me. I didn't want to talk to him, but we talked. So whatever. And I was like, yo, you got to let him know we're dating. Because I don't think he'll do that if he knows we're dating in respect for me. And she's like, no, he knows. And every time they run into each other, she puts it on him. And I'm like, you can't just tell him, like, no, we can't talk, get away from me, like, I'll call the cops, or, like, just something. Because I've seen you be aggressive with me, so I know you can be aggressive. And she's like, no, it's intimidating, all this other stuff. Like, just excuses. So I told her,
Guy, you're just dating a player. She's a player. If you've seen her get aggressive with you and she's not getting aggressive with the other guy, maybe she's not that into you. That has nothing to do with her being a nurse. It's just some women are players, and I think that's what you're dealing with.
like, look, if it keeps happening, we can't date anymore. So it kept happening. I broke up with her. And she's like, oh, this is ridiculous. He's blocked and everything else. Just all the excuses. 2 weeks after we stopped dating, I walk into a bar at 2:30 in the morning. There they are sitting together having drinks. They see me and duck their head. But my first instinct is like, I got to walk up and sucker punch him. I just got to take care of this right now.
Hey guys, you can never do that, man. If under no circumstances should you be fighting another man over a woman. Okay, guys, you just walk away. That's the smart thing to do.
I would, but I was with this super attractive girl who was dressed to the nines, and I was like, oh man, stay calm, let her see you with this girl, it's gonna eat her alive. So I did that, ended up driving the girl home after. It was just a friend. I go home and I'm sitting right where I am now. I'm winding down on my phone. I'm just hanging out at like 3 in the morning, just trying to like get ready to go to sleep. I see my dog get up and I'm like, why did he get up? He doesn't move like that. And then I hear a knock at my door. I go to the door. It's the ex-girlfriend. She's drunk. And I let her in because I'm like, you're not going to be outside making a scene in front of my apartment. She comes in and she starts going crazy. She starts trying to get me to hit her. And what she did was she came to my apartment trying to let herself in, thinking she was going to catch me in bed with that girl. I almost have to call the cops to get her out of here. And it just got crazy. Now I have to have cameras in my apartment in case she ever stops by. So never date a nurse or anybody in scrubs. 2 days.
Like I said.
Guys, in nurses' defense, I would say any woman from any walks of life could also behave that way. So I wouldn't just go with that and say she behaved that way because she's a nurse. She's just a player, and any woman can behave that way. That's my take.
I was a nurse for 13 years. I was a neonatal ICU nurse. I was the good girl that you guys love up until 35.
Nurses are red flags, to be honest.
Okay, that's fine. That's the red flag for you. It's a projection. But I was a nurse.
It's okay.
What
whatever.
is it, like studied red flag?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I did actually have a study for nurses. I thought you might find it interesting. So it is true that nurses do not have more sexual contacts than women not working their profession. Point for you, right? Mm-hmm. But more often betray their partners, up to 25% more often.
Yep.
And
Probably
more
'cause
than
we
other
work so
women,
much.
they have more...
Did you hear that? She said that's probably because they walk so much. Really, ma'am? Is that the excuse? A cheater is a cheater, period.
Far more oral sex, 70% to 50%, anal sex, 31% to 18%. They're far more promiscuous across the board.
Okay. I've never cheated on somebody, actually. And I'm a
Yeah,
nurse.
we
So I
understand
guess
you
I'm
may
the-
not have.
the green
We're
flag.
just looking at why nurses would be a red flag or not.
Okay, I get that.
Nurses are more likely to cheat on their significant other than athletes, musicians, and DJs.
3 main things about this news article. Number one, okay, where are you gonna go do it at? Like in the side hallway, in the empty room? Do you know how nasty these hospitals are? Like,
Man, cheaters don't care. Cheaters don't care where they do it at. They do it anywhere. They do it in the car. They do it on their lunch break. What are you talking about?
I don't want to get it on at the hospital, me personally. No, thank you. Number two, this is not Grey's Anatomy. Like the nurses and doctors, they don't look like the people on Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, they look like somebody you wouldn't want to hunch on. I don't. Everyone.
That's false. There's a lot of beautiful women that are nurses out there, man. What are you talking about?
Once in a while, you get somebody that's like a Meg Dreamy, but it doesn't happen often. And if they are Meg Dreamy, trust me, they are married. And I know some of y'all like married people, but I don't, okay? I don't. I want my own. And number three, who's going to take care of my patients in ICU and labor and delivery, no matter where I am? My patients could die. And I don't have time for that to be on my heart and my license because I was trying to get something at work. It's not going to be on me. I don't know what y'all doing on y'all units.
Maybe it's not on you, but there are people doing that, man. I mean, you know, but I understand you're just trying to sell the idea that female nurses don't cheat, but it's happening.
How y'all have time, but I don't have no time to do that. So, like, comment, and follow for more content.
So you really want to know why nurses cheat? Okay, I'll tell you. Just like everybody else, nurses cheat, but so do other people. But
Agreed. Just like every other walks of life, people cheat in every other walks of life. It's not just nurses, but let's keep going.
why are nurses one of the ones who cheat the most? Well, just look at their job. It's high pressure. It's stressful. They have an area where they are pulling out energy that is living at a
Excuse me? You hear that, guys? Look at all the excuses coming up with. Please stop.
constant state of here, while everybody else is about down here. So they like action. They like to think. They like critical thinking, and
Like action, all right. They really do like action.
they like moving around strategies and obstacles. It gives them an area of accomplishment. So when adrenaline codes, hard cases, anything spikes them up to here, it releases their endorphins.
Okay, this woman is coming off as like a cheater to me now. She's making all the excuse for why the nurses cheat more, and she's coming off. She's giving me the red flags now.
It releases that area of energy that kind of sits right with them. So it could be seeking out an affair on their days off. It could be starting new projects or constantly working out. I know ICU nurses who ride motorcycles, bungee jump, and do a lot of adrenal-seeking activities. ER and ICU tend to live at an area that constantly has energy up to here. And travel nurses are just hoes. I'm just joking. But seriously, when you're living at a place of about here to here and everybody else is here, when you get home and start dealing with the everybody else, they start to feel a little boring. They don't understand your mindset. They don't understand the adrenaline. Days off get boring. Time with the family gets boring. Time with your partner gets a little bit boring, and
That's a terrible way to sell, dating a nurse. A female one for that. Like, everything she's saying is just all red flags. It's just say, run away from nurses. Stop talking, man.
predictable. So the nurse, male or female, continues to find areas to go back up here.
Go back to cheating. Got it.
Whatever those areas are is their coping skill, how they choose to get there. Hey, don't blame me. I'm just the messenger.
Nurses cheat. No. I don't want to hear you complain anymore, okay? I don't want to do it. All nurses do not cheat. Some nurses cheat, okay? But you know what you need to do? You need to go to therapy. Work on yourself.
Of course, it's your fault. Of course, you're insecure. Of course, go to therapy. It's your fault. It's your fault the nurses that you date are cheating on you. Why not?
Thanks.
Baby. Lightning bug. Alright. This is some real life shit. You hear me? This is real life shit. Alright. Women don't want men to cheat, right?
If you said something,
Nah, but the thing is, every CNA cheat, every nurse cheat, all that.
No.
Yes, y'all do, because for one, if y'all change another man catheter or watch another man thing, you are touching his dick. So if that's cheating.
And you know what? You gotta be a sick motherfucker to even think like that.
Yeah, that guy just said you gotta be a sick MF to think like that.
That's cheating. Because you touching his dick.
Let's say we make it to the first date and I'm like, oh man, this was a rough week. And every nurse I know can relate to this. Mm-hmm. This person is saying, oh yeah, my week was rough too. And I'm like, because in my head, I'm like, oh really? Did you see 6 pediatric patients pass away this week? Because I imagine that you didn't. But that's like the devil part on my shoulder because that's not very nice. But then I have the angel over here being like, he's just trying to relate. He's not diminishing you. Then you don't want to be like, well, mine was actually really bad. I mean, imagine I said, oh, I lost 6 children this week to a first date. And they're like, oof. Like, again, I'm worried that that's going to scare somebody off.
I hear these 2 pieces. There's the piece around.
I don't think telling people about the horrible things that happen in the hospital would scare off a date. That wouldn't scare me off. I would just take it as, well, that's what you do, you know? I mean, I don't walk there with you to see those horrible things that happen there. So it's, for me, it's not going to scare me off, you know?
Whether or not to share certain pieces of what you hold during your week, because that might overwhelm and kind of scare them. And then there's this other part around feeling invalidated because your own experience is so intense and is so traumatic that when someone else comes in and says, well, me too, that can be very frustrating. And I can't help but also think about vicarious trauma, that some of the symptoms of that are an inability to hold space for other people, is a reduced capacity for empathy. It's ironic because we go into these fields as healthcare providers with so much empathy. That's why most of us are here, because we care. The vicarious trauma and the exposure to so many of these events chip away little by little at our capacity, really hold space, for example, like on that date.
This is why it's called dating. You know, you find somebody that you're compatible with. You know, you share your life stories with them and you see if you guys are compatible. If you're not, you go your separate ways. Talk to other people.
Single check. If you're single, heart this. Comment where you're from.
The struggles of dating a nurse? I'll tell you, don't fucking do it. Do not do it. Their schedules are upside down. They sleep with everybody. They sleep with other nurses.
Holy smokes. He said they sleep with everybody.
Male, female, police officers, doctors. They love doctors. They're all single. They're all on the dating apps. Forget about it.
TikTok, I got a question for y'all. Maybe y'all can help me because I'm really not getting it. Why is that us nurses, we struggle to date? Why is that? Is it me? Is it my type? Or it's just nobody out there for nurses? And sometimes I'm like, is it because we have such high standards on who we allow in our space, who we want to date? But then I'm...
It's not you. It's not your type. It's not because you have high standard. It's because you have a bad rep. Nurses have a bad rep. That's it. If you want to know.
Like, I don't think that's what it is. It's just nobody out there.
Is it worth it? Oh yeah, it's worth it. If you're strong enough.
When someone asks how it's like dating a nurse.
You know, people often ask my husband, is it amazing being married to a nurse? And my husband's typical response is, no. Why is it so bad being married to a nurse? But when I actually stop and think about it, all my work stories do make him vomit. You've been working 12-hour shifts, 4 12-hour shifts, or you pick up an extra shift, Lord forbid, and you're tired as balls and you come home and he has the audacity, the nerve, and the gall to ask me what's for dinner. That's offensive. That's how you get punched in the nuts. Another complaint that he...
So because you're a nurse, you don't cook for your husband? I understand coming back from work when it's late and you're tired. I mean, he can always just grab something fast. But at some point, you still got to cook for your husband.
Has is that I don't care when he's sick. I'm going to triage you out here. Okay, so if you don't meet my criteria, it's not an emergency. And so my criteria is the triple BNBD. Okay, broken bones, bleeding, not breathing, dead. Okay, if you don't meet that criteria, then quite frankly, I don't give a shit.
Okay.
So bad about that.
Hey, honey, how was your day?
Oh my god, it was insane. This patient, she wanted an SVT. We had to give her a 6 of adenosine. That didn't work. We gave her 12. Oh my god, and then we saved her life. It was insane. It was awesome.
Hi, everyone. This is David. I want to give you 7 reasons why you shouldn't marry a nurse, okay? I don't have anything bad against nurses.
Okay, guys. Are you ready for this? 7 reasons not to marry a nurse. Let's go.
They are very nice people. You might have one in your family, or if you are in a relationship with a nurse, you need to know this before you get married, okay? If not, then you will be in trouble. These 7 reasons. Number 1, they randomly give you unexpected diagnosis, okay? For instance, let's say you are somewhere with her chilling, or you had a vacation, you are just enjoying life, right? You are just looking at her face, admire how beautiful she is, and she will turn to you and be like, babe, you're like, yes, what's up? She'll be like, well, your eyes look some kind of yellow. I think you might have jaundice. So when you go back, go see a doctor. Hey, woman, I just came home with you 2 days ago. Why are you telling me now? Why didn't you tell me? This is not the time that you want to use that or say those things. We don't want that. We don't want that. We just want you guys to know that instant diagnosis, we don't want that. That is reason number 1. Reason number 2, I call them killjoy, okay? Let's say you are at a party, enjoying with your friends, you know, you want to have one drink or you want to have cake, you are dancing. This woman will be sitting, reading the bottles of those drinks. And she'll be like, well, babe, I think this bottle has 20% alcohol and it's not good for your liver or your kidney. Come on, just one time, we want to...
Definitely a killjoy.
Have fun, okay? We know that you guys care a lot, but not this time. We just want to have fun for once, right? That is reason number 2. Reason number 3, they spend so long at grocery stores. The maximum time, like on average, every man want to spend at any grocery store is 30 minutes. Nurses will take about an hour and a half.
30 minutes or less.
Do you know what they are doing? They are reading all the labels.
They're reading out the nutritional value of on the label.
They're reading all the label, checking for expiring dates, and you know, especially the short one, they will be asking you to pull stuff on top of the shelf. You know, go at the back, pull those ones at the back. You know, they will be reading every single label. By the time you realize it is an hour and a half. Woman, I just want to go home. I just want to buy the stuff, and boom, I'm out. They take so long. That is reason number 3. Reason number 4 is when you are working with them at the mall, right? And any person walking towards you, let's say if they have any conditions, right? She will be telling you, oh, I think this woman needs to go see a doctor. She has low sodium. Oh, she has hyperthyroidism. Look, I am not a nurse. I don't need to know all this low sodium. I don't know what that means, right? I don't know what that hyperthyroidism means. So why are you telling me? I am not a nurse. Like, they will walk as soon as they see anyone, what comes in their mind, they diagnose it. Something is wrong with this person. They are 24/7 working. Yo, we are outside chilling. It's just you and me. You are not working. So let's enjoy life, right? You keep telling me every diagnosis. We don't want that. Reason number 5 is you need to get ready to have patience. Every shift, you need about 2 hours minimum to listen to her day. All what happened, all the bad clients, all the rude clients, everything that happened, all those rude nurses, rude doctors, she will be telling you every single detail that happened at work. So you need to be ready. You know, what I'm saying is, if you are home, leave the work start at work and then enjoy. But get ready. If you don't have patience, you don't go for that, because that is coming. And reason number 6 is they are constantly working, okay? You see her at 2 a.m. up, and then you'll be like, babe, what is going on? Then she'll be like, well, I am still thinking about one of my clients at work, or I don't know if I documented this incident. Look, you are home, sleep, take a rest, right? Take a rest and enjoy. But they are still working. And then the last part, which I don't like, is they don't practice what they teach, okay? A nurse will tell you to go to the gym, you know, to eat all those vegetables and, you know, the wraps and all those things. And then she will be at the other side of the table eating chocolate. If you tell her, she'll be like, oh, it's girl's thing. I am so stressed, so I'm eating chocolate. You know what? If you guys want us to eat healthy.
But for real, the chocolate have relief stress, you know. It does.
You need to eat healthy too. They will push you to go to the gym, but they don't want to go. So teach what you practice. So these are my 7 reasons. Nurses are very nice people unless you get closer to them. Thank you.
That's a good point.
There was a study done that said the number 1 person not to date is a nurse.
I vouch, don't date us.
Why?
They're hard to relate to. I was married to someone that was not in the healthcare profession. He didn't understand that when I came home from work, I wanted silence because the bells going off, the constant demand for 12 hours to be needed to talk to these patients, it's just high energy. And I want to come home and quiet. I don't want to make decisions. I just need like the home to be my safe space. They don't get it. They don't understand the difference between a good night or a bad night and the insides to it.
But don't you think that'd be difficult for him, though? Because he doesn't get to see you all day, and then you want to come home and just have silence?
Absolutely. I tried, but it was fake. I would be like, all right, let's go on a date. But I'm so worn down. I don't want to do anything. I'll go to the gym, but I don't want to talk. Or I just did CPR on a patient, and they die, and it was morbid. And then you come home, and you're trying to understand from the other person's point of view, but I can only focus on, like, I'm worn down. I can't.
Nurses are more...
Well, I can see where she's coming from. After dealing with a hectic day of watching people die and go through so much pain, it takes a toll on you. I have never dated a nurse. The closest I came was on the talking stage, and after that, things just fizzle away. And as far as I remember, she works nights, but I've never been with a nurse before, so I don't know how that goes. But anyway, guys, thank you again for spending your time with me. Here comes to the end of the video. I will be checking out. Please, guys, if you watch this video to the end, be nice, be generous with that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment below. Thank you, and I will see you again. Bye-bye for now.